The eternal question. What do you bring to the table? And I'm telling you, the girls who get good men and keep them and have happy, fulfilled lives with their partner, they're the girls that when they are asked, what do you bring to the table? They say,
the trouble with loyalty to a cause is that the cause will always betray you.
So, I've caught on to the fact that there is now female incels. I believe it was back in when Me Too was going on. I said, men, don't fuck with these women. Don't talk to them. Don't approach them. Don't look at them. Don't go near them. Stay away from women. Just stop engaging altogether. Don't come anywhere near women. And apparently, a lot of guys, listen, like a lot of guys came up with the same idea, and a lot of guys were like, yep, that sounds good to me. Right? And it's gotten so bad now that, like, a lot of guys they just don't care. Like, it's a lot of the times it's not even that they've really given up. They're just so ambivalent, they just don't care. And there's a lot of ladies' nights that are looking a lot like you'd think a ladies' night would look like. Just ladies. And there's a lot of, like, dating mixers and get-togethers and stuff like that where there's a lot of ladies. And that's it. And, like, things are I mean, this isn't really a rural problem. You know, like, people that live in not the cities, they're kind of still attached to reality for what reality is. And so they're still, you know, getting together and getting with people and all that sort of thing. But in the cities, and in the highly populated areas, dudes just don't fucking care no more. They're like, I don't care. And girls are, I mean, girls have always been this way. This is not new. But now it's like, it's there for posterity because we all have fucking one of these. So we're all texting this shit to each other now. But, like, I've had girls hit on me. And I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm just not interested. And then it's always, oh, you must be a fag with a little dick. Right? Like, it's always, oh, you told me no? Well, then I'm going to come up with every reason I can possibly think of to cope and just blame that all on you, and that's all you. Right? And now, that shit is being texted, and people are saving that and posting it, and it's getting out everywhere now. And it's always been a thing. But, like, it's so much more of a thing now. Like, so many more guys are just like, no, get away from me. Like, and part of that problem comes from the desires of women these days. Women are always chasing the devil. It ain't no fucking different now. It's just getting that little bit more blatant now, right? What is it that a girl these days wants? They want a guy who's 6 foot or taller. They want a guy with 6-pack abs. And they want a guy making 6 figures or more. 666. Bitches are always chasing the devil. And when you're always chasing the devil, you always seem to kind of run into demons. Crazy how that happens. So these girls are chasing the same 10% of guys. And these guys all know, I have one of these attributes or more, so I can just fuck all these chicks. Why do I need to settle down? Why would I want to settle down? I can have a different girl every night. Right? So guys that meet certain criterion are now becoming like hot girls. I could just go get laid whenever I want. Right? Don't need to worry about that. And these guys are taking care of themselves. They're making their own money. You know, like, let's be real. Most of the guys that meet all three, they're either already married to some chick who was with them before they became that guy, and they just knew, oh, this is going to be the man. They're already married. They're already dating somebody, because why the fuck do you think they're going to wait around for you? They ain't waiting around for you. They already got scooped up by some other chick that just outpaced you, right? They, like... It's like in basketball. You look at the old guys like LeBron, and they've got all sorts of tricks. They got all sorts of weird fucking fadeaways and fucking all this shit. Skyhook. They got all this fucking crazy shit that they're doing. They're whipping out all these crazy dribbles and whatnot because they're old. Because they're getting old. LeBron's getting old, man. He can't fucking ball like he used to. So he's got to come up with tricks. Because these new kids coming up, they're outpacing him. They got more stamina. They look better out there. They got more... Man. So you got to learn tricks. When you're getting older, you got to learn tricks. You got to up your game. And ladies, you just refuse to up your fucking game. I'm here, and I've made myself to what I think is pretty. Appreciate me and give me whatever I want. Like, that has become the thing. And guys are like, no. And so, you got all these girls chasing the same group of unavailable dudes, and the dudes that are close enough, they're all players. Because why not? When everybody's just thrown at you, why nail yourself down to one chick? So all these girls are chasing the same group of unobtainable men. And so when they decide to lower their standards to try and find a good guy to settle with, these guys are like, no. Why would I want to be with you? All you're going to do is add stress to my life. And I'm enjoying myself. Right? And like, this is the thing that men have always been like. We've always had more fun without you. It's always been a thing. That has been the joke. I think Adam told that joke to Eve in the garden. He said, you know, it is actually a lot more fun when you're not around. Like, I know that shit was going on because it's just, right? Like, we don't get together with you for friendship. We get together with you for companionship, right? Like, you're supposed to be there to annoy the shit out of us and keep us from having as much fun as we want to. Because having as much fun as we want to is generally not good for us. And we need something to temper our whims. And you all need something to temper your whims. So we all rely on each other to do that sort of thing. And that's where we combine and form a single unit that does good things as opposed to just spiraling out into madness. Right? So, girls have fucked themselves. They have told themselves and each other, this is what you need out of a man. And this is the only thing you can accept. Everything else is just settling. And all these girls are like, I don't want to settle. And now we're running into a lot of girls that are like, alright, I'm ready to settle. Where are all the men? And all the men are like, you talking to me? But how can this be? How could it be that men have finally said, no, I'm not dealing with you? What is it that men have figured out to replace women? Because women have figured out how to replace men, right? What do women get from men? They get a provider and a protector, right? Well, women are out there making their own money. They're providing for themselves. And money buys protection to a degree. Security, you buy it. Make enough money, you buy it. So these girls are out there making a lot of money. What do they need a man for? Just companionship, but I got all my friends. And I got all the people online that validate me all the time. And I got my OnlyFans subscribers, and they all love me. And so what do I need, you know? What do I need a man for? Fair enough. And a lot of girls are making videos of them out there, you know, shoveling the fucking snow. And they're like, you know, I understand that I'm a bad bitch girl boss and I'm totally out here slaying it queen. But at the same time, it sucks to fucking shovel snow. And I wish I had a man to do this shit, because I shouldn't be out here doing this shit. This is not my role. I need a man out here to shovel this shit. What am I doing? And then you see another video from him crying about how I can't find a man. There are no men. They're all gone. Where did they all go? They all disappeared. And you want to know where they are? They're all at home. Jacking it to the very small percentage of women that are out there giving out free nudes on the internet. It's a very small percentage of men that meet the criterion of the modern day woman, and it's a very small percentage of women that are given enough spank material to guys that they're like, what do I need you for? I already have a job. That's my role, to provide. I'm providing for myself. I don't need you to leech off me. And as far as sex, I've replaced you with masturbation. And I'm masturbating to way hotter girls than you'll ever be. Because they spend thousands of dollars into them to look that hot. How can you compete, ladies? So now we have female incels. Girls who are left behind and who are involuntarily celibate now because nobody will have them. Because why would I want you? You've either got an ex-husband already, or a bunch of kids that ain't mine, or fucking problems, or this, that, the other thing. There's always something fucking wrong with you bitches nowadays. There's always a shit ton of baggage. And I'm sorry, I'm here, and I look hot, ain't good enough to deal with that baggage. Because I can still jerk off to a chick that's hotter than you for free. You're going to make me pay to deal with your luggage? Really? No. I can jerk off to hotter girls than you for free. And if your idea of companionship to me is making me fucking miserable, I provide for myself. Yeah, sure. I don't dust. Whatever. You know what doesn't bother me more than a woman? Dust. I can deal with dust. Can't deal with you bitches. And every guy's getting this way. They're all like, I don't care about dust. I just make sure I don't throw trash on the floor. And if I spill something, I wipe it up. And I let the dishes pile up in the dishwasher until I just put some soap in that bitch, kick it closed, and set it on. What do I need a woman for? Just to make me miserable? Just to demand things of me? Just to tell me how I ain't doing good enough? Just to tell me how they fucking settled for me? Nah. Fuck it. Like, it's happening. I didn't really want this to happen. Like, realistically, this is going to reach a point where things are going to readjust, and like a whole generation of like genetic material is just going to be lost. I mean, ultimately that's kind of how it goes. Girls do stupid to the point where they don't reproduce. Guys do creepy to the point where they don't reproduce. This is how society works out the problem people somewhat. The only problem is there's a whole lot of problem people that are still getting together and making kids, but they, whatever. But like, there's a lot of women that are not going to be passing on genetic feminism. And I mean, a lot of this shit is just going to become the death of feminism. Girls are going to be like, alright, I think we've had enough feminism. I think we're equal enough. And I want a man. Because I don't want to be equal like that. I want to be equal as in he loves me, I love him, we take care of each other. That's our equality. Like that, a lot of girls are wanting to go back to that shit because they're lazy. And I mean, look, girls should be allowed to be lazy. You shouldn't have to get up early in the morning and fucking drive into an office somewhere and have to slave away all fucking day for money and come back home tired, fucking not wanting to do anything. That's not your role. That's not where you should be. You should be allowed to sit at home, take care of the house, and be taken care of like that. That's how it should go. In most healthy relationships, that's how it does go. You look at all the bad relationships where people are splitting up like crazy, and it's because one side or the other is not taking care of the other. Right? And like, this is another thing that women, I don't think women understand. This is another thing that a lot of men do. This, I certainly know that I do this. This is how I am with girls, right? And I'm finding out there's a lot of men that are becoming like me. When we first start seeing each other, I'm going to treat you the way I want to be treated, right? And then as time goes on, I'm going to begin treating you the way you treat me. Now, if I treat you the way I want to be treated, and you treat me the way you want to be treated, eventually we're going to reach that point. And if I'm treating you poorly now, it's been months, everything was great at the beginning, now he treats me like shit. I've made that transition from this is how I want to be treated to this is how you treat me. And if now all of a sudden I treat you like shit, that's because that's how you treat me. I'm reaching equilibrium with you. Right? So a lot of guys do that shit now. And then the girls leave and they go, cool. That's another crazy thing that's happening a lot now. Girls are going up to their husbands and saying, I want to get divorced. And they're like, alright, cool. And they just fucking leave. And then these girls are like, you don't even want to fucking fight for me or anything? And they're like, why would I want to fight for your ass? You want to go. Bye, bitch. Like, you make me miserable. Don't threaten me with a good time. You're going to make me single again? Sweet. Like, guys don't care to fight for you anymore. Because what is there to fight for? The eternal question. What do you bring to the table? And I'm telling you, the girls who get good men and keep them and have happy, fulfilled lives with their partner, they're the girls that when they are asked, what do you bring to the table? They say, a sandwich.